My funding was with the Yes Bank. 4 months and Yes Bank was shut.
Yeah.
So all my accounts were closed. Right? I didn't have money to pay salaries.
How do you engage with customers post-sale?
Informative policy has to be adopted after you have sold your car.
What are the biggest competitive challenges that you face today?
In dealership, I think across, the biggest challenge is manpower today. The customer aspirations and expectations, it's like going up.
Delivery on auspicious days.
Every Dhanteras, every Diwali, a two-wheeler industry in fact clocks more than 100 units.
So when you talk of BMW, the core essence or the core value is joy. What differentiates a Maruti, Hyundai with versus some ABCD brand is the experience.
This opportunity of GST reduction is actually a great initiative by the government of India. Definitely is going to push the sales forward.
Especially in luxury, the prices have gone down almost by 8%.
Hi, this is Saras. Welcome to Auto Leaders Series presented by HT Media. This is the show where we go beyond the showroom floor and spotlight the stories, strategies, and leadership philosophies transforming India's automotive landscape. In each episode, we meet the minds shaping dealerships into hubs of finance, marketing, innovation, and customer care. Today's theme, Beyond the Showroom, explores how leaders are redefining what it truly takes to successfully navigate the world of auto dealerships. Join us as we uncover candid, inspiring insights from India's top auto dealership leaders. Our first guest today brings experience across startups, MNCs, and automotive retail with a strong foundation in business development, sales, and marketing. He has worked with brands like Kogoport and Hirect, gaining cross-functional expertise in channel partnerships, marketing operations, and strategy execution. Today, he leads as the dealer principal at Universal Hyundai, driving growth, customer trust, and operational excellence in one of the most competitive automotive markets. Please join me in welcoming Yash Arora to the Auto Leaders Series. Welcome, Yash.
Thank you.
Our second guest today brings decades of leadership experience in the Indian automotive industry, having shaped strategy and growth at some of the country's most iconic brands. He began his journey in product planning, rose to vice president at Maruti Suzuki India Limited, and today serves as the co-founder and managing director of performance cars BMW Infiniti Delhi, where he drives premium customer experience and business expansion in the luxury car segment. Please join me in welcoming Anand Prakash to the Auto Leaders Series. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
How did you've been in this industry for a very long time, more than 3 decades, I believe. How did you join the world of auto dealerships? What prompted you to get into, from the corporate side of the business to actually the business side of the business?
So from an employee to an entrepreneur, I mean, if I see my journey, one is I only knew this job, right? So for donkey years, handling dealerships, handling the channel partners was the thing which I thought that I know the job, but you get the actual realization when you start the business and you realize that you don't know anything, and that's a separate story. But since for almost 26, 27 years I've done this job, I knew the trade inside out. And the very common thought which comes to you that why not this business where you have been helping others, dealer partners to really do well in life, and that midlife crisis when that post 40 when you think, and that also struck me that you get into a self-realization mode of that you have not done enough in life, and this is the time. So I think destiny was here. All the pieces joined together and got an opportunity to be a BMW dealer, just closed down dealership where it was a takeover. So everything fell into place. Honestly, I would not say that it was designed and I had made a strategy. It happened. I started. There is a comfort that I know the job, and touch wood, rest was history. It's been 6 years now, and we are doing pretty well.
And was getting into the luxury segment a conscious decision?
Yeah, that was absolutely conscious decision, because I strongly feel that in India as a market, luxury is the next big thing.
And Yash, what about you? How did you enter into the auto dealership business?
I hail from a business family, and from the very young age, I was very fond of cars. I remember my father caught me tearing up the latest newspapers and chopping off the images of the cars from that auto expo that was first introduced in India. I think 2008, the first Auto Expo was the one which actually made me, as a young kid also, to identify that I had that spark about the cars and automobiles. In fact, even with the bikes. Later on, things fall into some place, and I got an opportunity to open up a dealership in my hometown itself with Honda two-wheelers. That was the time when slowly I ended up into some interviews with these OEMs, and if for a matter of fact, I would like to tell everyone, like, getting a franchise for an automobile dealership is not just like any other franchise. You need to qualify a couple of interviews alongside your other potential partners in the company and how you're gonna do the business, and then they identify who's the best competitive person and the best choice for them to be a dealer. And like for Anandji, things also fell into place for me. It was a blessing in disguise that the place that they were looking for the dealership was my own property of the family. Somehow I took that property from my father and opened up the first dealership in Faridabad by the name Faridabad Honda, and then slowly went into the other.
And what were the biggest challenges that you faced when you started?
So no one in the family actually knew what this business was. We had never done any kind of trading business like the trading business, the automobile business actually is. So we had to start from scratch. We had to learn, me and my brother both started the business from the ground level. We had to learn from each and every mistake that we did from ground zero. So these were the challenges we faced at the initial level, and other technical challenges like BS4 coming into effect and BS6 transitioning. BS3 and BS4 also came into that transition. GST came into effect very recently. Demonetization also came up into the picture. These were the technical challenges that sometime they actually became an opportunity for us as well, including Corona time also, which indeed has been some way affecting all businesses altogether, right, yet has been positive after the Corona bans and that stringent measures were uplifted.
Right. Yeah. Anand, owning a car dealership, especially a BMW dealership, is considered a very glamorous business.
Yeah, I think automobile business itself is considered to be a glamorous one.
What are the challenges that you faced? I would love to ask you.
Okay, my challenges I think were very, very different, right, Saras. And for me, the biggest challenge was me. Because at a leadership position, when you are there in a company, right, he would agree with me that if a vice president or senior vice president, he comes and he thinks he knows all.
Right.
Right? Absolutely. And he has been used to throwing orders. Right? I'm sure in HT Media, you must be doing that. Yeah. So shooting an email, suppose there is a legal case, for example, a customer throws a legal case. As a OEM VP, all I would do is forward it to a legal department. Please take care, revert ASAP. And you are sorted. Right? The very first challenge here was that somebody else from the OEM was coming to give me gyan, which was like I was not used to. Everything and anything, right, from the guard till the CEO, you are the man. So if a case comes, I don't have anybody else to do it. You have to sort it out. So the first challenge was to change my own mindset. That boss, the tables have turned. I'm on the other side now. Roll up your sleeves, get into action. But I think God has its own way of teaching you. And God was extremely, extremely kind. That what people learn in a decade in a business, He put me into a crash course class. So it started off with my funding was with the Yes Bank. 4 months and Yes Bank was shut. Yeah. So all my accounts were closed. Right? I didn't have money to pay salaries. You are arranging the funds, which you never learned in your job. So here you are managing your landlords, you are managing your team, telling them that when I'm going to pay the salary. Then Euro 4, Euro 6 came where government all of a sudden says switch to Euro 6. Then COVID came, COVID 1, COVID 2. So in this entire 2.5 years, I think in life, I always say that your shit tolerance level went up phenomenally high. Things which we used to disturb you very fast in jobs, you get angry. Today, I think as a businessman, having seen through all those things, I feel that, there are most of the things I can handle. It's not.
And how has your leadership style evolved over time? as an entrepreneur?
In all MBA, I mean, we all have been through MBA colleges. There are a lot of leadership styles which are being taught to you. My own way, I feel it is situational leadership. Every situation, you can't have one thumb rule of saying that I'm a transformation leader or I'm a taskmaster. I think every situation demands a very, very different leadership style. So when I was starting the show business, and it was like making a family, and so there the leadership style has to be that you are amongst the one of the members. As the system, as your dealership progresses or businesses stabilize, then you really need to know that I need to take a back seat. I need to make systems and processes and make sure that my team should align with my vision. My team should feel there is a future in this company, and I should not be the guy in the limelight. Now slowly you need to learn to be behind the spotlight.
Behind the scenes. And Yash, what about you? How has your leadership style evolved?
I remember I was sitting at home and working for the startup that I was employed at. I was the first employee in that startup. From scaling it to 0 to over 100 people at Corona time was one of the biggest testament for the leadership that I got into at my time, right out of college, and then you're getting into that kind of a position where you're leading the complete team while sitting at your home. And then later on, as I fully take over the business into the dealership profile as a dealer principal here at Universal Hyundai, every day is a different kind of struggle. Things you need to take care of are unique. At one place where you are handling a group of college kids, at other place you are handling a group of grey collar jobs people, as well as you are answering to the queries of the customers, resolving for them, providing them with the best guided information, yet at the same time making sure that your team is also aligned with you. So each day made me more calm as a leader, more systematic as a leader.
That's when you came in the real world.
Yeah.
So a dealership is not only about selling cars, you're also selling insurance, you're selling finance, you're selling accessories as well. How do you manage this? How does this go about in a dealership? It's a comprehensive sale of a car and the things around it as well.
We look after each and every aspect of the business from the day one itself. Yet it is like a pen and a refill problem, wherein you first need to sell your car first.
Right.
That is the main source of whole business opportunity that is created. And after that, once the car is booked, then you can approach towards these kind of products that you can sell to the customer. Yet you have to be very competitive in that, and you have to provide them with the best pricing as well as the best guidance. What kind of accessory does a customer actually need, rather than just pushing certain kind of accessories to them? What kind of insurance that a customer actually need? What kind of a loan would be more beneficial for a customer? Informative policy has to be adopted after you have sold your car, so that your customer is satisfied, you are retaining the customer for a longer run, as well as you are able to gain the trust of the customer. Once the trust is gained, you can sell anything.
And Anand, with you have a different set of customers coming to you, but you also sell finance, you also sell insurance as part of that. How is that different? And what are the challenges that you face with your clients?
Because I've seen both sides of mass car market, Hyundais and Marutis, and today a luxury segment. Not that mass car market guys are not aware of, but I think the level of awareness, the level of, he has been who is somebody who's buying a BMW, he would have purchased, he's not a first time buyer, which could be the case in Hyundai or Maruti, right? So it's for him, it's a process which he's already aware of. His people are already connected with most of the financiers or the insurance guys, because in the past he would have done it. So he's a very, very well-read, well-traveled, aware customer. So unless you show a value in the entire stream of thing, which he rightly said, so you can't push today, right? And especially as you go on a different strata of customers, you can't just shove things to him unless you show a value. And value is, for example, if there is an insurance which transparently you tell him that, it's not about the price, but how it's going to make your life easier. If I can show value, he would buy. And if not, then this customer can also say that, boss, please just deal the car, rest all leave it to me. And from a dealership business point of view, if you see, the entire business has been made business model. Even for Hyundai, I can comment that only a percentage of, you can only be a profitable dealer if you do all these allied parameter of finance, of insurance, of accessories, warranties. If you don't sell these, absolutely no way that you'll be a profitable dealer. Why? Because when you sell an insurance, that car will come back into your workshop, right? So it's a vicious circle. You have to tell him, okay, after 5 years, I want to call you for an upgrade. If you're not in part of scheme of things for insurance or even in my finance, you are out of my entire portfolio. So I want to have a repeat customer after 5 years. So all these things actually makes sure that the entire cycle is in your control.
A luxury car buy is tougher than mid-size.
Customer itself is very tough. Forget about luxury or everybody has it for a mass car market, or for a Hyundai, somebody spending 6 lakh rupees. For him, that 6 lakh is as good as 60 lakhs. And somebody who's buying a 1 crore car is a 1 crore.
That's an important. Yeah.
So customer is important. Even if he's buying a bicycle, for him that bicycle is a big thing. So he will invest his time when he's spending that money. So car, I think, and good part for all automobile dealers here is that in India, car still is an aspirational thing. If you see your car penetration per 1,000 in India, it is far, far lower.
Correct.
Right? So you're talking about the best of the states in the country at 42 per 1,000. Now at that percentage, it means still today people owning a two-wheeler, he takes approximately 8 years as per the study to upgrade from a two-wheeler to the first purchase of the car. So forget about BMW, or Merc. You can imagine how many years it's going to take. So it still remains an aspirational product. That's the advantage I think any automobile dealers in the country has.
Having said that, yes, each and every customer is important. Today's dealership consultants, sales consultants, or the people that I hire to sell the cars, they after Corona have actually forgotten that what kind of value we are there to deliver to our customers. I still recall I have even sold a two-wheeler at 8 in the night to a rickshaw puller. At that time, what I did was just to entertain that person, no one else was standing. I was there to give him that kind of information completely and guide him through. And you know what? He had a competitive rate from other dealership. He still came to me and showed me that competitive prices. He still paid me an extra amount. Why? Because I was standing there for him. I won that trust, and each and everything that I wanted to pitch him with the right guidance, with the right way of selling him, he bought it from me.
And how do you instill the same values in your team?
See, it's a time-driven process wherein when your team start working with you, they also get to know your way of working, and that slow process of training and educating your own team also, those values are flowed down into the system.
But it's a very slow process.
Yeah.
It's extremely, extremely slow process, and one has to be really, really patient. I always, a lot of my team members ask me, or my friends ask me, how do you really see yourself as a founder or CEO? I think I take a lot of learning from my own home, and each one of us. Your mother is the best manager anybody can think of.
Right.
The kind of patience she has when she is dealing with the maid. She may be irritated, but still, she keeps a calm. Ki bhag jayegi, kal ko milegi. Right? All I'm saying is that if you can be a mother of your business, where I know sometimes somebody does wrong, mother always forgives, right? Calls and again teaches you. It's a very slow process. You don't abandon your kids. So same way, I don't have a policy of hire and fire unless there is an integrity issue. If there is a mistake, I'll sit with them. Maybe I'll scold them, but then I'll tell them this is what you did wrong. Can you do in this better way?
I've seen the similar thing happening in my father's business, wherein at one point of time he was handling one particular business altogether at one client's premises, and he had a team of 12 to 14 people. Today, those 12 to 14 people are actually handling the part of that particular business at a different client's place at a different state with my father. So, given that, those fundamentally strong values inculcate in the team members slowly, and as a thumb rule, I've seen it takes at least 7 to 8 years for forming that team whom you can depend on and they can depend on you.
Coming to marketing now, there's been a shift of budgets post-COVID. There has been a big emphasis, I would say, on digital marketing from traditional marketing. And how has that affected your outreach? And how do you sort of manage your marketing for your dealership?
Yes, digital has taken its way forward. The newspaper leads and other BTL marketing, I would say, has reduced a lot. Right. All the social media platforms, they have been a big yes for us since the day I have started, be it 2016 with opening my Honda dealership, or be it 2021 with opening my Hyundai dealership. Having a digital pro approach has been very beneficial for us, where I feel my competitors are paying like 10x of the amount of what I am paying, and in return of that, I'm getting back the kind of inquiries and the sales that are happening. So making sure that you keep on experimenting on what kind of marketing thing is working, what kind of digital platform is better, is Google giving me better leads or Meta, or in fact new apps are coming up like Taboola or LinkedIn. Which one should I stick for? Where should I post out my videos or my graphics? Which platform should I stick to? Be it WhatsApp. In fact, there was a time I remember WhatsApp was phenomenal in capturing more and more customers' attention, and it was very cheap.
Anand, what about you? You've seen decades of change in how media is.
I think that's where the generation gap comes, you know. So, okay, so I've seen an era, I mean, where it was 100% print. Right. We never heard of digital. And very first time when Maruti got into a digital thing, you know, for us it was a learning that, okay, something like this happens. Now, post-COVID, obviously, digital has become something which you can't miss. Our percentage budget, if I talk about, initially, pre-COVID, it was around 18-20% on the digital, 40-45% in the experiential activations, because being in luxury, and then majority used to go on print. Now, that has really changed. The print today may not contribute 10-12%, almost 45% of the budget goes into digital. But the key difference here is that in luxury, a major emphasis, or 50% of my budget, still goes on experiential activities, right? Where it is more on one-on-one touch. To give you some stats, 2011, the industry size for luxury cars in India was approximately 35,000 cars, 30-35. You're talking about last year, 2025, it closed at some 46,000 cars. Mm-hmm. So it has taken 14 years to just grow 10-12,000 cars. It's the same set of customers who are just going around. The new customers are very adding at a very slow pace. So unless there is a one-on-one connect with this customer, and it strongly is dependent on the referrals. So hence, he is not the one who is on Facebook, luxury car customer. He is not somebody who is on Instagram, right? LinkedIn, yes, we do it very diligently. But I strongly feel that digital, be it even in mass car market, can help you in creating awareness. But that the final touch has to be through your personal connect, through your home visits, through your team leaders. And print, I would still feel that, you know, there has to be a very strong presence in print. You can't just ignore that media. There is a set of customer who still feels happy holding that newspaper.
And each brand, especially I would say the top 5 luxury segments across the world, has its own identity. True. And there is a reason why people buy this particular brand, and you know, this brand. It's aspirational. This aspiration could lead back to maybe 20 years of childhood, and you know, you want to grow up, you want to own a BMW or any sort of, you know, those top 3-4 cars that we have. How do you as a dealership work around that brand identity, that outreach? How do you sort of try to capture that in your customers, in your queries? How do you know, I mean, how do you go about this, and how does it affect your sales and your training especially?
When you talk about BMW, the core essence or the core value is joy. So joy of driving. BMW is known for its driving pleasure. So when you say joy, joy is not just about driving, and there is a process right from the moment he inquires about the car, then goes with the sales guy, and he takes him through the journey of test drives, and then booking process, then delivery process, and then finally I think driving comes very last. But that joy has to be there in every single element of that process. Right from my security guard, if he is not trained, if that guard cannot give him, the moment the customer stops his car and there is a guard, he opens the car, gives a very broad smile and says, "Oh, welcome to my dealership." That joy starts from that point. So when I say joy, so whatever you do, any process, it should bring a joy, it should bring a smile on the customer's face, and I think that holds true for all the dealerships.
So it's the overall experience that's important.
Today you sell only experience. Car is just a matter of fact. See, believe me, I know it could be a controversial statement, but today the products are becoming generic.
And what about you, Yash? I mean, you're in a very highly competitive environment, and Hyundai has its own brand identity. How do you sort of encash on that, or how do you instill that in your team, and how do you benefit from that in terms of your sales experience?
Well, when we are into sales, a peculiar thing that you need to be very clear of is to identify the hook.
Right.
Which place is the one that you need to hit so that you are able to get the customer's attention. For us, Hyundai has been a product which has been a feature-rich car, which provides you more features as compared to the other products at a very better price. So we sell aspirations. We do sell experiences like Mr. Anand. We do sell the kind of feeling that the customer gets while purchasing the car from Universal Hyundai, because he can buy it from other Hyundai dealership as well. That experience retains the customer for us, as well as the knowledge factor, the kind of information that I am passing on, the hook that I have already created to make sure that tomorrow, if Mr. Saras inquires for a car at Universal Hyundai, he remembers Universal Hyundai, as well as he remembers the sales consultant's name. And also, he has the sales consultant's name and the phone number saved in his phone.
It's a very interesting concept that you just threw up. So there is a brand identity of the car, and you spoke about the brand identity of the showroom. How much importance is that in the luxury car segment as well?
See, as I said, products have become generic, right? And within that product category, now let's say there are 2 or 3 dealerships of BMW.
Right.
Why he should buy from me? Unless there is a very extremely personal connect. And that personal connect, and the good thing about luxury is because I handle very few customers, unlike him. Maybe if they're delivering 200, 300 cars, we talk about 70 customers in a month. We can afford to give that personal experience. So unless that customer feels that he is my go-to man for anything in automobile, I mean, for me, that's the benchmark, that's the litmus test. That if he asks me that I am thinking of buying maybe a competitive brand, Anand, what do you feel? I think I have gained that trust. And that can only come when you go that extra mile. And I remember a case, one of the very high profile customer, and he went to Rishikesh with his family. And he called me up in the evening that my tire has burst. Right? And I'm Rishikesh, this tire is not available. The nearest back is I have to come back to Delhi. And I'm on a holiday in the family. I said, just send me your location. Same night, I called up my guy. I said, take a tire, go to Rishikesh, be there in the morning. And morning 7:30, I called him up and he was still sleeping. And I said, boss, there's a guy waiting outside. Just give him the keys, he'll change the tire. Commercial thing, you come back, we'll discuss. Point is, you have won the trust. This customer is going to talk to 10 people. And today, as a result, almost 40% of my sales is through reference.
And you got a customer for life.
He is going to make sure that he is going to tell 10 people.
And his friends and family.
So as I said, so today my 40% sales is only coming through reference. It's purely reason that for me, selling a car is just one other thing. My relationship starts from that moment when you sold the car. So they should become like a family.
We have, entered the most exciting period, the festive season. This is a time when people like to buy book, get delivery of cars, real estate. They like to buy jewelry. They like to buy new clothes. How do you engage with customers post-sales? How do you manage complaints, service queries, etc.? How do you ensure that they are constantly in touch with you? I mean, Anand referred to a case where he sort of actually sent somebody with a tire to somebody. But as a process, is there a system in place? Is there a process in place?
So, right on the day of delivery, if you are a customer, you should be aware about your service records, of your service schedule. You should be told about that. When is your service going to be happening? And we have our internal systems in place, which actually reminds our teams that today is the time to call Mr. Saras today to let him know that tomorrow or a week later, his service is due. So a calling system is there, messaging systems are there. In fact, we do not do emails as of now, but very soon the industry would have email systems also to let the customer know, okay, your service is due. And a few OEMs are actually coming up with their own apps. And at our dealership, we have WhatsApp groups made. In those WhatsApp groups, we also keep on pushing information, festive greetings. So this is the kind of contact numbers that you can contact on. Like this is the 24/7 number that you can reach out to. This is Mr. Yash's phone number, who's our owner at the dealership. You can reach out to him at any time. And of course, these contact points itself are shared in a way so that the customer can easily save the phone numbers also in their phone. So making sure each and every is easily reachable and more information is spread out to the customer on his phone is what keeps the contact point as well as that loop going on.
And how does that happen in BMW?
I have a slight difference of opinion here. I mean, I feel, see, what we are talking about is a service reminder or insurance renewal. These are very transactional in nature, right? If I have a relationship with you, and if I only remember you when there is a transaction, and you will feel, when he wants an insurance renewal, he's bothering me, or a service due. So, most of the cars today in BMW are connected drives. So, all this transaction part, car takes care.
Correct.
Right? So, car tells you that boss, your car needs a service. You will get a pop-up. I don't have to do it. It is between communication with you and the car. I'll also just get a pop-up. I'm just become a party now who's aware. For me, the engagement is, and the process which we do very, very religiously in our dealership, that we ask when we are delivering a car, that, what are your area of interest? What are your hobbies? And that's like there is a person who is dedicated for this, who interacts with you. And you say, I love playing golf, or I like adventure sports, love going out, or I love music. We jot it down. Every 3 months, we make sure that not everybody, but we take and we show that at least once in a year, one customer we are able to touch point. So there are this golf academies or the golf classes which we started. So for the amateurs, there are drives to Nimrana or Agra or XYZ place. There are music concerts as a dealership. I'm not talking about as a BMW company. They themselves do it at their level, right? So, or experiences like tomorrow, as we are talking about. So tomorrow evening, we are taking them to Indian Accent for a very, very sit down by a celebrity chef. We flew chefs from MasterChef Australia, the 3 original Master Chefs, to Delhi to give that experience which money can't buy. Right. So I feel if I can help you in keeping you excited about the brand, rest all insurance, everything is very transactional in nature, then I think there I am able to build that relationship. There I am actually bring that delta factor with the customer.
Over and above that, we've seen the government has, given another gift in terms of GST to entire customers buying cars and various things. What are your plans and how do you plan to encash upon this festive season and this new opportunity of GST reduction?
So this opportunity of GST reduction is actually a great initiative by the government of India, and it definitely is going to push the sales forward. And alongside that, making sure that the same benefit is being passed on to the customer and the end user that is being made sure by each and every OEM in the industry.
Yeah, we've seen the ads in the papers and
Exactly. And alongside that, we at the dealership levels also have our own campaigns running, wherein we are making sure the customer gets even more benefits by booking the car today, and making sure that they are able to purchase the car at a better pricing than the post GST reductions. So if a customer comes to us today, books a car today, and wants to take the delivery after 22nd, we are trying to make sure he gets better buying experience and a better price today itself.
Anand, is that the same in the luxury segment as well?
Yeah, who doesn't like money and who doesn't like discounts? But if you see the entire sales process, there are three strong pillars, right? So there is a dealer principal, there is a sales guy, and then there is a customer. And it's extremely important for this relationship to really become fruitified that all three have to be super excited. So best part of India is you have so many festivals to bring excitement, to re-energize. So best period, dealer principal is always super interested, super excited to sell as much as possible. Now we ensure that during the festive times, we also give super incentive schemes for our boys that, in these 2 months, these are the best time for you, first of all, to make money. We give crazy schemes for the customers. And thanks to Government of India, now with this GST cut, especially in luxury, the prices have gone down almost by 8%.
Right.
A car which was worth 2 crores, you're talking about a straight away slash down of some 17 lakh rupees, a big amount. So best time to buy. So you have coupled with, you have auspicious time, you have a super charged up sales guy, you have huge campaigns, you have a customer who has a lot of money to save up. So I think these 2-3 months always for India are the best period for customers, for dealers, and for the staffs. So I think it's like win-win for everyone.
And doesn't everybody want delivery on auspicious days like the first Navratra or the second Navratra? How do you manage this? How do you...
I remember on my first Dhanteras, I was just a 1 month old dealer of Honda two-wheelers, and everyone in my staff who were actually working with the previous dealerships came up, and they told me that, sir, we are pretty much sure that the Dhanteras day is going to be one of the best day for you. There would be challenges, but by the end of the day, you would be having a smile on your face. Every Dhanteras, every Diwali, a two-wheeler industry, in fact, clocks more than 100 units. Last Dhanteras, I was at 181 units on one single day. And we had similar numbers in our four-wheeler market as well, where Navratras are even bigger. And this Navratra, given the kind of GST reforms that we are getting and the incentive that the Government of India is passing on to the customer, I'm anticipating the dealers would be on a stock shortage, wherein the customers might not get the car on the auspicious day if they are planning to buy it there and then.
And Anand, how do you, in your luxury segment, how do you manage to sort of keep the same experience, when everybody wants delivery on a particular day? I mean, it gets concentrated. Does that also happen in the luxury segment?
Yes, we do around 15 cars is the maximum which we have delivered in a day. But there's a lot of thought process because this customer, as I said, he's well traveled, he has seen, and for him, even a smallest thing here and there, it upsets him. So a lot of teamwork and a lot of planning, which goes behind the stage. And almost a week before, we were taking a slot. We were asking him that which kind of which flavored cake you would prefer for the snacks if you are not allergic to anything. So there's a lot of process which goes through. There are a lot of guys who say that I in my family we don't cut cakes. Why you got this? Now there is a normal process which we say okay. So we said no, boss. Please ask him. Now so there are people who say that I want a pandit. So almost 10 days before you start fixing slots, and if there is 2 slots mixing, then you have to really beforehand you tell him that boss.
Can you actually arrange that?
We do that. So those 7-8 days when the entire team sits together, there has to be a close coordination between the CRM team, the sales guy, the head of the sales. The chart is being put so that everything goes smooth.
So it is ideally called N-2 or N-1 for us. as their team is doing it a week prior, we are doing it a day prior or 2 days prior, and we are checking which customer is going to arrive by what time, and his car should be ready at the delivery gate at that particular time, all hidden with that delivery cloth, so that that joy of moving that cloth away from the car
And the photograph,
and the photograph or the video
family photograph.
and some popping crackers, that joy should be there and then for each and every customer because they deserve that.
With customers exploring many brands, how do you build brand loyalty within your showroom of Hyundai showroom?
So this is kind of a thing at our dealership. We feel making sure the customer knows the USP of our product. See, at initial level, given the kind of information that is available over the internet, and now AI kicking in, ChatGPT and other AI platforms are actually making the customer know, okay, if you buy a Suzuki or you buy a Hyundai, these are the pros and the cons that you're gonna get. So the brand identity has been made clear over and over by the brand itself a lot. And we at the dealership level know the USP of our product. Why specifically a Hyundai Creta and not the competitor brand? Why specifically a Exter dual CNG and not a Exter AMT and not specific other product which is deemed suitable for the customer for their particular use? So that education is what keeps the customer hooked to the brand as well as to us.
And Anand, what are the biggest competitive challenges that you face today?
The customer aspirations and expectations, it's like going up every single day, right? Challenge is, for example, when I we started off that the USP is here, like he said, owner, this is owner's number. By till when you will do this? There will be a point, a flex point where you'll say, boss, there are 100 calls in a day, right? Now the customer, when he started talking to you, his expectation is next time I'm going to call him
Directly.
right? I will not call anybody else. Whether you will be able to serve him the same way? No.
Correct.
So one is your increasing customer expectations, and second biggest challenge which I'm facing is, I don't know, we keep talking about unemployment. Frankly, I feel there is a dearth of good people. I am always on lookout for, if today you ask me, I need at least good 15 sales guys. Good 15 sales guys. Very difficult to find, So in dealership, I think across, the biggest challenge is manpower today, the manpower retention. And if that gets sorted, these two things, I think your life would be much easier.
So is it a retention issue, or is it that the people are not available?
See what's happening now in the so-called Gen Z today. Good old days, I mean, in my career of 26 years, there are two companies. Right. And shifting the company was considered as taboo. I mean, if you resign, they'll ask you why you left it. Today, if you don't, it is considered as taboo, right? If they ask you, 5 saal se yahi pada hua hai, as if there are no takers for you. Mm-hmm. So challenges today when I ask people, yeah, why you're resigning? I mean, everything is fine. Yeah, everything is fine. But now, ho gaya, sir, I want to experience something new. So retaining is not about whatever you do, you make great processes, but today that has become like a part and parcel of lifestyle change.
So in order to add another challenges that I feel that are there, identifying the potential new ideas, innovation. So yes, this business has been evidently like a trading business, but what kind of innovation is coming into play? What new ideas are coming? My manpower needs to have that innovative thought process also, and that is also missing at certain places. In fact, at a complete dealership level also, the innovations are missing. I keep on visiting different dealerships, other brands, my competitors. I feel that innovation is something that should be happening. See, I come from startup background also, and being an engineer, wherein my friends are also innovating something new, working on some new ideas, something bursting out, that things are missing. Yes, our jobs slightly have become monotonous.
So Anand, the theme of today's show was going beyond showrooms. Apart from being the co-founder and managing director of BMW Infinity, you are also into real estate, and you're also the author of a book.
Yes.
Please tell us something about the book.
Okay, so there's a small background to it. After I started my own dealership business, I have very close friend Ashwin. Ashwin is also a very, very established author in India. I think he's written some 15, 16 books.
Right.
Books like Chanakya Chants, which are like very, very, they were the bestsellers. Another team member of mine, Rohit, during Maruti days. So we three were sitting in Mumbai, and Ashwin asked me, that you have spent 25 years in the industry. What do you have given back to the society or this sales? I said, yes, I keep training my staff. I go to colleges for a guest lecture. He said, but that's just minuscule. You're talking about 100 numbers. There are lakhs and lakhs of salespeople. And believe me, sales is one topic which is considered, honestly, is like a letdown. You ask a MBA guy that I will give you a hard sales or Coca-Cola sales job. He said, boss, no, I want a strategic job. Everybody wants to get into a strategic role. We said, I think, that blinked. I said, we should write something about sales. So Ashwin had this series of 13 steps to bloody good health, bloody good wealth. So there are already 5 books on that 13 steps. So he said, why don't you write about sales? It clicked. We started jotting it down. We started sharing thoughts. And then I realized that in last 24, 25 years, all the dealership staffs have taught me so much. Those experiences, those stories, where you go to some place and a guy who is not even educated, but he sells 25 Marutis every month. He taught me, what actually sales is. And second, I realized that sales is for everyone. Even a great doctor, if he doesn't know how to sell himself, nobody would know his greatness. Even he requires a sales skills. So this book is a very, very simplified version of 13 steps, not just for the sales guys, but also for doctors, for lawyers, even your mother, when he actually pushes you to, why don't you eat this healthy stuff, she is actually doing a sales pitch, eating a broccoli. So I feel that, so it's very, very generic statement. It's not about automobile dealership alone, but I think this book is for everybody to understand that sales is for everyone.
Very interesting. And Yash, beyond your what you do, you're also looking at a startup. Yeah. Would you like to tell us something about it?
Besides the dealership business, I have had other businesses also. I'm into industrial catering, wherein I'm serving food at different hostel messes, institutions, as well as some industrial units. And I have had my stint with different startups also prior to opening the dealership. So that geek in mind was always there, that I want to start up. I wanted not a standard business profession in my life. And after opening the dealership, in a startup field, you always need to identify a problem that you're solving. Thankfully, I feel I might have identified that unique problem and a solution towards that by experimenting something at my dealership itself. And it is still in the automobile domain itself. And very soon, we would be happy to help the customers get the bargain deals that they are looking for in the automobiles, be it two-wheelers, be it passenger vehicles, and provide them with that best offer online, and also help the dealerships in liquidating the right thing that they are looking forward for.
Anand and Yash, thank you very much for your time and your valuable insights. Before we conclude, is there any valuable advice that you would like to give to anybody who wants to be an auto dealer or an industry peer?
I think in any business, not just automobile dealership for more specific, because that's what we have been doing now, and we are talking about auto dealers. I think the only message which I have, auto dealership looks a very, very glamorous business from outside, right? But you have to really, you have to dirty your hands. Don't think you have taken a franchisee, sit at home. You can't be an investor. You can't be a sleeping partner. You are the only guy running around making sure it really works. Very, very important that be frugal. It's a trading business. You are buying at X price, selling at Y. The only thing which is in your control is the costing part. How frugal you are. So be frugal, be calm, and extremely, extremely important, be hands-on. Be hands-on. And last but not the least, customer pays the salaries of our staff.
Yeah.
And Yash, any advice from your side?
Yeah, so these are on the similar lines. I have been very frugal, as he just mentioned. Always frugal, very precise, and on the toes every day. Learn every day, struggle every day. Be there, because a manager is not going to save you money. A manager might help you find that path towards helping the customer get that car and making you some money, but it's you who's going to give that satisfaction to your team, to the customer, to your OEM, as well as to your family. So it's not a 9-to-5 job. It never was a 9-to-5 job. Business is always going to be wherein you have to take the charge in your hands.
Thank you so much. Had an interesting session.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Pleasure meeting you.
Likewise.
Thank you.
Thank you.